Hi there, it's me. I'm here to talk to you about something today. I made a few new friends, and they were much younger than me, but it's not as creepy as it sounds. So let me explain. Um, I go to a music school. Well, it technically isn't a music school. It's just like the music part of the school, but it's just easier to say music school instead of explaining the Norwegian school system. In Norwegian, it's musikklinja, and the first year we have both music, drama, and dance. A little bit of dance. And the 2 other years we have just music for the most part. A little drama stuff, but not as much as in the first year. And we are soon having this like children's theatre. It's called like a children's theatre festival, kind of, where our class at least is split in two, and then the two groups make each of their children's play to show kids. And we today went to a kindergarten or preschool, whatever you call it, to observe the children and play with the children and find out what they find funny or what they are interested in, so that we can make the play as well received as possible. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah. So I am not a big fan of children, and children are not a big fan of me. I don't really know how to talk to a child because I'm scared that I will come across as condescending. I feel bad if I talk to a child like if they were a child, because I know that when I was little, I didn't like that. You had to talk to me like any other person. Don't sit there and be like, yeah, you like playing with those? You like playing with little dinosaurs? I don't know what that actually was, but I didn't like that. So I'm really scared of like offending a child, and I don't know how to play with a child. I think children are loud and they have so much energy and they just run around, and they are the future, but they are at a point right now where they are very annoying. And I'm not a big fan of children. And I feel like they don't like me either, so it's fine. So I wasn't particularly looking forward to today, but I went with Ruben and Celine, and Ruben is really good with children. He loves kids. These are my best friends, by the way. So we went there, and it was so awkward. Ruben, he was a bit late, so Celine and I went there, and we said hi to the people who worked there, and said hi to some of the kids, and Celine and I just gave each other looks like, I'm like, we gave each other those kinds of looks like, okay, how is this gonna go? And then Ruben came and he sat down with some of the kids and started like puzzling. So Celine and I sat there as well. And then we decided, Celine and I, like, let's walk around a bit, because Ruben's just sitting there and we're not doing anything, and he's like engaging or whatever with the kids. We have to do something. Do something at least. So we just like walked around and observed and felt like absolute creeps because we were just looking at children playing. And then more children came because this was very early in the morning, and more children started coming. And then I hear some of them being like, "We have visitors today." I pronounced visitors wrong. "We have visitors today, and they're over there, and they're like big children." And stuff like that, and they were really excited, like, visitors, new people, but I didn't really get like contact with any of the children, and we just like walked around a bit more, whatever. And then there was this little child, probably like 4 or 5 years old. I'm weak for brown eyes. Big brown eyes, like kind of brownish skin, black, beautiful curly hair, and like long black eyelashes, and these just huge eyes. And she just stood there, like she walked over to me and she stood there and stared at me and like looked up at me like dead in the eyes, like I was the universe, right? And I just looked at her, I was like, "Hi," and she was so shy, so she like walked away, right? And then, like, I said hi to some of the other children and stuff, and they were more, like, outgoing, kind of, and they were just playing. And then can I say her name? It was Gina? No, Jihan? Jihan, was it? Jihan? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but yeah. she stood there alone, right? And I talked to Celine, and I was like, I kind of want to say something to her because she's just standing there alone. So I was like, hey, you have a really, really nice jumper. And she was like, she looked down, and she like it was fancy, so she like touched it, and she didn't really say anything. And then I asked her, so what do you like to do? And she was like, play with Barbie dolls. And I freaking melted. Like, she was so cute. Like, I died. And then Gina and I became freaking best friends. Like, no, Gian, sorry. Gina, what? Gina and I became, like, best friends. And she was so freaking cute. And, like, I'm dying. She was so adorable. And she was so nice and so sweet and not annoying. And then I asked her, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to play with Barbie dolls? Because she was just standing there looking kind of shy and sad. And she was like, no, I don't want to play with Barbie dolls. So I was like, okay. And then she took my freaking hand. She grabbed my hand, her little hand, like held my fingers, right? And she, like, dragged me over to this place, or this, like, bookshelf, right? And she was like, sit down. And then I did. And then she pulled out a book, and she was like, read to me. And I was like, oh, do you like reading? Celine over there, she loves reading too, and she reads this, like, huge books. And she was like, whoa. And then I read her a book, and sometimes, like, it was this book about, like, ambulances. And I asked her, like, oh, do you want to work with that when you grow up? And she was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, you like helping people? Do you want to work with people and help them? And she was like, mm-hmm. And then we read the book, and then, like, the car was, like, driving fast, right, to help someone. And I made these, like, because it said so in the book, like, these sounds and she, like, looked at me with these big eyes, these big brown eyes, and the biggest smile on her face. Like, I just laughed, and it was so beautiful, and I'm actually gonna cry. Like, I'm not kidding. It was insane. And then I was the most popular I have ever been my whole life today. Because suddenly all the kids wanted to play with us. And there was Albert, and there was, what was his name? Viljar, something like that. Oh shit. And all these other kids. And then they wanted, like, Celine and Ruben started, like, doing, like, piggyback rides. Is that what it's called? Like, piggyback? Yeah. I've never done that before because I've never been strong enough to do that. But they were like, oh, please. And then I was like, alright, I'll try. But I was like, I'm gonna drop them. I'm not strong enough for this. But I was, and they thought it was so much fun. I sucked, that's it. But they didn't fall off. And just, like, their little hands grabbed my hands, and they, like, dragged me places, and, like, Jian got kind of sad, so she, like, hugged me, and she, like, stood close to me, and, like, I held her, because she was kind of sad, and then, like, I talked to these other, like, kids who were kind of shy, and then we all started playing hide and seek with Celine and Ruben, and we spent, like, only 2.5 hours there, and I was so tired afterwards. But honestly, those are some of the best hours of my life. Like, it's insane. And when we're gonna leave, they were so sad. And they were like, are you gonna come tomorrow? And I was like, no, I'm sorry, we're only here today. And then Jihan, she, like, looked at me and she was like, no, but I want to be your friend. And I was like, no, you are my friend. You are my friend now. And then they were so sad. And then we hugged them, but they didn't want us to leave. And they got kind of angry, like, don't leave, and stuff. And then we hugged them, and then we left. Oh my god, like, I didn't know that kids could be this sweet. They've never liked me before, and today I was just this superhero, and that gave me so much, like, confidence, honestly. And now I'm just, I don't know. I'm not gonna start working in the kindergarten, I don't think, but, like, I've thought so much today about, like, well, kids basically, and, like, how they are the future. And I just remember leaving there, and I just thought to myself, like, God, I hope they all grow up loving themselves, and I hope they all grow up in a safe environment, and that they won't get bullied, because, you know, some of the kids were a bit, like, weird. Like, Albert, he was very small, and had like white hair and white eyebrows, and some of them were kind of like weird, right? And I was just, God, I hope they grow up without anyone like bullying them. I hope they grow up to be confident and strong and not let people get them down, because they have so much potential, and they deserve to grow up in a safe environment and a happy environment. So that made me think a lot more about, like, I've always been interested in psychology. So then I was like, maybe like a children's psychologist, something like that. I don't know. It's always one age group that I burn for is like 13-year-olds, because when I was 13, that's when I started struggling with depression. But now I'm a lot more like, we have to help these people and like strengthen them in their early years. So I don't know. It was just a very giving experience, and I don't know. It was just very interesting because they were these small humans, and it was so weird, like small people, and they were so full of energy, and they have so much ahead of them, and I just want them to not like, I want them to get strong, but I don't want them to face something in life that they cannot handle, right? And I don't want them to suffer at all. I don't know. It was really weird and really fun, and I didn't know that kids could be that great and that kids could actually like me. And I don't know. Maybe I'll do something with kids in the future. Just people in general, but I don't know. It was very giving, and I wanted to talk to you about it because I really wanted to remember it. And you remember things more when you teach others about them. So that's what I wanted to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any, like, anything you want to comment on, any questions, if you want to share your experiences, if you have any ideas for what I could do to, like, get more involved with, like, the shaping of kids and, like, giving them a stronger, like, foundation, then please let me know, because I feel myself starting to get interested in that. I'm not completely sure that I'll ever, like, work with that, but there must be some kind of, like, I don't know. I mean, there's other stuff I want to work with, but that's also, like, if there's some kind of, like, organization or something like that, I really don't know. Voluntary work? I don't know. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe and hydrated and full of awesome foods. And I will talk to you soon. Okay. Bye!